In the heart of the Rockies,
If it could go wrong, it's gonna go wrong.
raging blizzards,
You add in the extra snow, you have tons to worry about.
perilous descents,
Downhill from here.
and treacherous mountain tunnels
They're kind of scary. You could film a horror movie in them.
threaten to derail a crucial 15,000-ton delivery of grain from the prairies to the West Coast.
There's a lot of pressure on everybody.
It's busy. Grain keeps us going, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We have to be on point, work fast, and get her done so we don't hold up any trains.
That's just a ton of snow.
High in the Rocky Mountains, intense blizzards have been hammering Canadian Pacific's railroad crews for 3 days non-stop.
It's nature. You can't predict nature.
As snow continues to pound the mountains, the teams fan out to fight back. 250 kilometers east of the snow zone, in the prairies,
1042 east, clear signal to Bellmead. Out.
We're descending right now. He's in charge of the train. Anything with the locomotives or power is mine.
Conductor Sean Davis and veteran engineer Glenn Getz are hauling their 2-kilometer-long train to a grain elevator outside Calgary.
We're holding 5,180 tons, and that's all empty grain cars at the moment.
They've got 112 empty cars to fill with 15,000 tons of grain. They need to get this precious load 1,000 kilometers west across the country to the Pacific coast. From the pickup point outside Calgary, the crew must guide the heavy train up elevations of 1,600 meters into the heart of the ice-encrusted Rocky Mountains, down steep terrain, through winding mountain passes, to reach a transport ship waiting at the port of Vancouver. Any delay to the ship's departure will cost Canadian grain dealers as much as $25,000 a day in docking fees.
There's a lot of pressure on everybody. You want to get out there and get it done SAP?
It's busy. Grain keeps us going, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Prairie farmers export around $30 billion worth of grain to over 100 countries every year. More than 95% of it travels across the country by rail, so it's an indispensable service for Canadian grain growers. The wheat is world famous, but so is the journey. No other country on earth transports its grain as far to get to market.
We're about 1.5 miles away. You can see the grain elevator on the left there. That's where we're going to be stopping. The quicker we get the job done, the quicker they can get the grain loaded and gone. Bottom line, we work as a team, so it's...
That's right.
I've got a job to do on the ground, he's got a job to do up here. Just get the job done as safely as we can, go home with all our fingers and toes.
West of the Rockies, high in the Selkirk Mountains, more than 2 feet of snow fell on the tracks last night, right where the grain train is headed. Derek Moore and his 25-year-old apprentice, Brett Fair, have been called in to blast the snow off the tracks.
All right, proceeding through Yoho.
Their 260 horsepower snow fighter is equipped with 3 blades to push the snow and ice 5 meters away from the tracks.
I love operating machinery, and getting to do it on track is just a bonus. It's a challenge. Steep grades, tight corners. You add in the extra snow, you have tons to worry about. I'm from Ontario, came out here in 2008, and I wouldn't change anything. I love the mountains. My stepfather was a railroader for 35 years, and he's the one that got me on. I still have my toy CP train set from when I was a kid. Learning the job is a lot harder than learning the machine. Learning how to move snow, what to do with it, and how to get it where you want it to go is way harder than just pushing a control and moving it forward and backward. What kid can't say no to driving a yellow Tonka truck all the time? It's the most fun I've ever had.
As he clears the snow,
We'll proceed east.
Derek must check the switches that route the trains between different tracks.
Right on. We're gonna go out and make sure this switch is looking good. You just want to make sure you're clear of any obstruction. Let's just try to open it. Are you kidding me?
A heavy coating of ice has locked it up. East in the prairies,
Hey, C48, you can pull her head.
it's go time for Sean and Glenn.
One more.
They have just 2 hours to set up their train.
Obviously, you don't want this stuff sitting around because if you're not moving, you're not making money.
About 10 more to a stop. Hey, stop it. C48, 5 to go.
As soon as those cars show up, we're trying to get on top of it as quick as we can and get them loaded.
Steel cables drag the empty cars under the loaders that fill them with grain.
You're at 2/3.
Facility manager Cody Sweer has to keep a close eye on all the moving parts.
I'm watching all of our drags and belts and motors and making sure nothing's overloaded and just oversee all the guys and make sure everything's going right.
If we take a bit too long here, then it's going to take longer elsewhere, and it's just kind of dominoes.